Welcome back everybody to another episode.
What number is this one?
239.
Are we counting the live stream as 238?
Correct. So episode 239. Back with V time. Huzzah. We got a couple stuff to cover. We're not covering the stuff from the product stream. We already covered that during the stream. So we're just going to continue with anything and everything that's new. And I got nothing else to say or dilly-dally. Do you?
No, not really. On to it.
Oh, there we go.
And like her husband is really on board with it, so proud of her. She got her first milk jug and gives it to the dude. It's like, how's it taste, you know?
You know, I've been thinking about coming back into Vanguard. What do I got to do to get started?
Well, we have some starter decks you could try.
Yeah, but this is a structure deck. This is going to be very strong.
You can also buff them with these.
Yeah, but these are naked. How do I protect these?
You want protection? We got mats and sleeves.
How am I supposed to keep up with all of this?
Got the box for your decks and then your dice for your gameplay.
Yeah, but this is all newer stuff. If I want to play with my old stuff.
Well, glad you say that, because we got some vintage products as well.
This stuff is awesome. Where can I get more of this?
50 cards!
All this and more at 50cards.shop. Use code TDHeroes for a discount.
So we're going to go straight into starting us off with this Tuesday stream reveals that supported Liel Odium. So she's getting support now. No new version just yet, but good enough for what we got. And we're going to start off with Centuries Permanence Gear Vogel. It is a common grade tool. 10k power that just says continuous rear guardian circle. This gets power 5k, shield 5k for every 3 of your regress gauges, and is active during your opponent's turn. Simple.
Straightforward. Yeah, straightforward.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a little bit of a lackluster effect in my opinion, because for one, there's not enough space. Odium's honestly a decently well-oiled machine already, and like it's always going to be a 15k body, 10k shield until you get to like after your divine turn. Then it's going to be a 20k and a 15k shield, but at that point it's like the game's in the end phases now, or has ended.
It's just there.
Have you played against a lot of Liels?
Quite a few. They are annoying.
Well, go ahead and read what its dedicated booster now is.
No, it's personal booster. Steam Maiden Zimri. During the battle, this unit boosted. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Leo in his card name, this unit gets 5k, obviously. The other effect, auto rear guard. With this unit boosted, grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Leo in his card name, this unit gets 2k until the end of that battle. At the end of the battle, cost retire this, counter charge 1 or energy charge 3. She got a really good fucking good one.
It really is. Like the counterblast or countercharge at this point really didn't make a sense because she wasn't that CB heavy. You basically used all the CB that you needed when you needed it. But with the next couple cards we're going to be reading, the nice countercharge is really nice.
And the fact that the whole 15k boost is before that, so
exactly.
And there's almost
so
no
now you're
cost.
not just worrying about Liel being a good number on her own from her orders. You actually have an extra 15k on top of it.
Yep.
I do see the energy charge potentially, depending on how the game goes, being more used than the counter charge, but that'll depend on situations. It's still nice to have.
Yeah, you get either or, so that's really fucking good.
Now the biggest catfish of these reveals, Direful. What?
The biggest, the moment I saw that Direful Doll, I was like, oh, new card. Since I just picked all this shit up and I read that, I was like, you fucking bitch.
Exactly. So we got a little bit catfished with Direful Doll Patience. Oh my god, it really is called Patience. Hector, have patience. You're going to get more Direful Dolls. But like most people like Hector, when you read Direful Dolls, you think Android support. And then you read all of her effects and realize nothing works with Android if you put this in Android to vanilla, because her effects are auto when this unit is placed on rearguard. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Liel in its card name, Energy Blast 2, choose up to 1 grade 3 normal order without regular speeds from your drop or face-up damage zone. Put it into your hand, and if you put from damage zone, put the top card of your deck into the damage zone. I'm going to immediately assume face up because you did pick a face up card already. And then continuous rearguard during your turn. If you have 2 or more regress gauges, this unit gets 5k, making a 13k booster or attacker.
You know, if this wasn't Leo support, it would have been pretty decently good in Android.
Android might have struggled with this because he's very energy specific when it comes to his patterns of attacks and the cards that exist already. But having a way to grab a card, I guess in Android that card might be auto direful loss because you're not playing orders. And then it's a fight. I honestly don't see how this would have been good in Android if it didn't see Liel. Like, you're gonna have to elaborate on that.
Well, if it had a whole different effect to be useful in, like,
it would have been good in Android if it had a whole different effect.
Listen, man, I'm just still salty that, you know, you had Direful Dawn name. Oh, support. Nah, fuck you. All right, cool.
Well, look on the bright side for Liel players because we got another triple rare. Or double rare. Is this double rare or triple rare? Triple rare. We got another triple rare.
What? Direful Dawn?
No.
Oh,
Liel,
the new one?
Odium.
Oh, yeah. You mean Anchorage Dragon version 2.0?
Pretty much. By this time, it's not called that.
Nope, it is instead called Instant Asunder Colossus. Auto gauge zone at the beginning of your battle phase. If this card is a regress gauge, CB1, choose a card from your drop, put it face up in the gauge, regress gauge. If you put a card, call this card to rear guard. Hence why, you know, we said Anchorage Dragon. Other skill, continuous rear guard. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard Leo in its card name, this unit gets auto rear guard. When this unit attacks, costs Soul Blast 2, draw a card, and power plus 5k. Pretty decently good.
Really good. Like, Anchor Dragon was a get this unit on board, 18k attacker, pop something of your opponents if you want. This is a give this thing on board, 15k attacker, so technically drops down a shield value from hand, 15 over 18, yada yada yada. But it does plus a card back to hand for only 2 Soul Blasts, which means you really don't need to run. I forgot her name. Shit.
Filio?
No, you still run Filius.
Orions.
You don't need to run Orions anymore to Soul Blast 3 draw a card, which Orions honestly was also a good relief for Soul Blast 1 make a board. But I feel like you're making a board now from your regress gate, so you're fine. So Soul Blast 3 draw a card, yay!
I mean, even like mixes in with Villia, you know, it just goes into Soul and it just filters the whole thing. It just does what it's supposed to.
Exactly. So I feel like this one
worse.
I feel like the grade 3 is going to start getting run less, but it's still going to get run. Like, you're going to have more copies of this card that do the same thing. It's just the grade 3 is going to be there for finishing turns because it is a bigger body and can potentially retire annoying pieces off your opponent's board. But I feel like in the early game, you know what the most comparable thing I can put this card to?
Into what?
This Colossus plus the grade 3 Dragon, they both have basically the same effect and a different second effect. While the cards I'm about to mention do not have technically the same effect, they have the same concept. You're going to be using this grade 2 in timings and then the grade 3 in other timings almost in the exact same fashion. In V, Grand Blue players used Bad Bounty with Skull Dragon. Sorry, not Bad Bounty. What's the Ghost Ship? The Ghost Ship grade 2. It's just a Ghost Ship.
Well, you lost me when you said V.
So to reiterate from the top, Ghost Ship grade 2 and Skull Dragon. Because Ghost Ship was always used in the early game to call from drop to build your hand but still have a good attacker, and then it will retire itself. But later in the games, you didn't need to draw cards, you needed a bigger attacker, so you went to Skull Dragon. I can see the exact same concept here in the dynamic. You always want to go into this grade 2 in the early game, Soul Blast draw while having a good number rear guard. And then later games, just call the grade 3 for bigger number power go.
Yeah, pretty much like I said that.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good card.
It is. Anywho, moving on. What is this? We'll come to that later. Hector, we got not those two, not that thing. We got your pups.
Puppies! Okay, so what we're talking about is a new Hound Razor ride line. Start off with the starter. Hound Razor Kika does starter bullshit. I'm gonna go ahead and go
Start
through
with
the
a
entire
grade 1.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go through the whole ride line. You can do the sport. The grade 1 is Hound Razor Izumi. When this unit is rode upon by the grade 2 Hound Razor Hakurin, look at top 7 cards a deck, choose the 1 high beast from them, call it to rear guard, and shuffle your deck. And the other skill is when this unit is boosted by a high beast, this unit gets plus 2k into the end of the battle. You're not gonna call it in the deck. You only want for the first effect in the ride line, which is really fucking good. Look at top 7 and get your Saragon, what you need.
Hey now, man, for new players that are just buying this set, having multiple copies of this in deck is actually at least decent.
Fair enough. But the one that you might run in the deck is the grade 2, which is Hound Razor Hakuren. Although, when this unit is rode upon by Hound Razor Aoi, the grade 3, look at top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 unit with Hound Razor in its card name, reveal it, and put it in your hand, shuffle your deck. If you do not reveal a card, call this card to rear guard and so charge 1. And the other skill, auto, when this unit is boosted by a high beast, choose a high beast normal unit from your drop, and you may put it in the bottom of the deck. That's really good because you can also add Persona rides, because currently, outside of the ride line, there's only 2 other ones, which is the grade 2 support and the grade 3 support that they'll go over in a second. But if you miss one, like I said, just bring it out, and then you can, in the later game stages where you're kind of running out of a high beast, you may need to put some back. So people may put it, but there's other more expensive, better cards that do that. So it's not
still one of those
bad.
things, like at least if you whiff, you get a grade 2 rear guard that at least does something.
Yeah, and it replaces itself. So it's one of those things. But now, big boss lady herself, Hound Razor Aoi, or aka Akane, is back. Their skill is Continuous Vanguard. All your back row high beast get power plus 5k. Also active during your opponent's turn. I didn't know that mattered, but apparently that does.
I mean, if you're playing against Vermilion, for example.
That's true. That's the first continuous skill. The second is Act. Once per turn, Soul Blast 2, search your deck for up to 1 high beast, call it to rear guard, and shuffle your deck. That is not restricted to any grades. So anything that is a high beast, but unfortunately we only have up until grade 2 high beast. We don't have a grade 3, so there's no point for that. But you're mostly going to be searching your grade 1s. If you're really out of luck and you need to call the triggers, because there are trigger high beasts, then you know you're in a bad situation. Yeah, you're in a bad situation.
That'd be funny.
But the other main ability, the main one that you do, is also Act ability, which I kind of like. Is CB1, choose one of your grade 1 or less high beasts in your back row center column, and until the end of turn, that unit can attack from the back row, and it gets red text, auto, at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, stand this unit, and this unit cannot attack until the end of turn. AKA, attack once, and this unit boost again. In the rest part of the skill, and if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, perform drive checks for the battle chosen the unit attacked.
3 drive checks? Really?
3 drive checks. I like how they kind of future-proofed it, where it does says choose when you're grade 1 or less. So, because in the future they may give us a grade 3 greater high beast that you can just call it has boost or something.
No.
But
Watch them give us a grade 3 or greater high beast that has the first continuous ability. This card is regarded as a grade 1.
And then it gets
It's
twin
literally
drive.
so easy for them to do that they can.
Yeah, because it doesn't say like, it just says perform drive checks. So
Exactly.
you're assuming 1. So if you give us a 3 that can get us 1, we're gonna run the fuck out of it. But
I can actually see this happening. You know why? Because Luard exists. Watch it be a high beast shadow paladin for some fucking reason.
oh god, that would be yeah. That would be. And in order to do that, you must have like ritual something. And guess what? All your high beasts are grade 1, so it's gonna happen.
So, but I really do like how this reads. It's honestly decently simple, but does a lot. But basically, it's a very rear guard focused deck. So let's see some of the rear guards. And of course, they're going to be high beasts. Because at this current point, a lot of the other high beasts like do some stuff, but not exactly what this one deck wants
There's
to do.
only 2. As of right now, there's only 2 useful high beasts.
Useful, okay.
Useful, yeah, okay, yeah. Let me finish that part. Useful high beast. There's other ones, but they are trash.
See,
Yeah,
there's a good amount of high beasts. It's just all of them. Like there's the high beast that's specifically for Luon, but that's not gonna work. There's a high beast that's specifically for Gold Paladin, but that's not gonna work. You got a high beast for Undercover. Again, that's not gonna work. So you don't have a decent.
Okay, that one it can work because when it boosts, you could EB2 to bring it back. The other thing is you would need to run 4 of it because you would put 1 in the drop zone, put it in the Guardian Circle, put that same list in the drop zone, the bottom to get extra 5k shield. But it's just
And then you're not you don't have divine skill, so you're counter charger. You technically have a high beast that can counter charge. You just don't have a unit with divine skill, so that's not gonna work.
Hey, what we're talking about? Razia on the deck, emergency button.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. There's this thing. Do you discard at all? No, you don't have any card abilities to discard, do you?
No, there's no discard.
Damn.
So you're looking
would
at the
be
eagle,
sad.
right? Yeah. No.
I am definitely looking at the eagle.
Yeah. And then there's some that like there's quite a few that call themselves for like a soul blast, but they call themselves at rest.
They're basically like defensive stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
So
You do have a decent amount of high beasts. It's just a lot of them are very specific support or not good support.
there is one grade 2 high beast that like the community has been kind of like making a meme thinking it was going to be good. No, it's terrible. Don't even think about it. It's, yeah, it came out. It's came out in the first ever festival booster, gold gown or something like that. Which is CB1. Yeah, CB1. Call a grade 1 or something from
Soul
your hand.
Blast 1.
My bad. Soul Blast 1. Call a grade 1 or something from your hand and it gets 5k. No, I'd rather have my soul from my Vanguard.
Valid. Anywho, outside of the high beasts that do exist, let's talk about high beasts that we are gonna get. They're kind of cater to this playstyle. Starting us off with Regon. It's a grade 1, like all of them they're gonna be. That says continuous if you have a grade 3 or greater Hound Razor in its card name. I'm gonna assume if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Hound Razor in its card name. This card gets all of the following. Continues back row center rear guard during the battle that this unit attacked. When your opponent will call cards from hand to Guardian Circle, they cannot call unless they call 2 or more at the same time. And also continues Guardian Circle, this unit gets shield 5k, making it 10k shield. So it's not only a 13k attacker that does drive checks and tells your opponent 2 or more cards to guard. It's also then a 10k shield in your hand and later technically 10k shield on your board, but we'll get to that effect. I
Really
do
good.
find it a little bit, because we did practice with it and did record it with it, I do find it a little bit underwhelming, because if it didn't have that drive checks, the 2 or more cards to guard from hand is like, all right, Interceptor 13k.
The drop check is needed. And also with the amount of blitz orders and other defensive ways, it is a little bit overwhelming. That is where it kind of does hurt. I wish it would give himself some more power or something, you know.
I mean, when you have an effect like 2 or more to guard, it's kind of nice to be exactly 13. That way you're forcing your opponent to have those answers, or otherwise they're taking attack. This one has a drive check, and on top of that, or wasting more cards out of hand.
Yeah, it's
So
a nice
overall-
little insulting here.
Exactly. And then we go on to the other high beast, Melgon. Its effect is auto. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have a Vanguard Hound Razor in its card name, either Soul Charge 1 or Energy Charge 1. And then continues back row rearguard, any back row rearguard. If you have a Vanguard Hound Razor in its card name, this unit gets 5k power until the end of that. This unit gets 5k power. It's not until the end of turn because it's continuous. And if this unit is in the back row center column and your Vanguard is a grade 3 or greater, it gets 10k instead of 5, and it's also active during your opponent's turn, making this a 23 attacker behind the Vanguard with a drive check.
With a drop check, you can get stuff at 33, which that
or
one
an
can
18k
matter.
booster anywhere else.
This is a really good, nice card. And Philip has seen, you know, having the soul charge or the energy charge, you pick what you need at the times.
Pretty much. Because this deck does Soul Blast 2 to make a board, and you do have initially 4 soul from your ride line, or technically 3 soul from your ride line. So you need to find a way to soul charge a 4th, so you have at least 2 effects, which means you have your turn 3 and your turn 4 set. But after turn 4, now you need to find more ways to soul charge. While you can persona ride, you still need to soul charge 1 more. The High Beast helps, but you also have 1 more other card that can help you with the soul charge, but also other things. Because we have the double rare grade 2 Highland Razor Mishiro. I feel like this one's the MVP for consistency, and the next one we're going to talk about is going to be the MVP for pressure. Because
100%.
Because Mishiro has the ability of auto when this unit is placed on rearguard. If you have a Vanguard Hound Razor in its card name, Counterblast 1, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 1 or less high beast from among them, call it 2 rearguard, and shuffle your deck. If you did not call, counter charge 1. And then auto rearguard once per turn when this unit attacks while boosted by a high beast, which, let's be honest here, is not going to be hard. You may soul charge 1 if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater and you have 2 or more back row high beasts, which again, it's not going to be hard. This unit gets power 10k until the end of that battle. So, board presence, power columns, soul charge, this is a whole package. You should marry this.
Like 100%, this thing is the best card in that entire deck. And I love how the counter charge, if you do not call, it looks exactly like, it reminds me of the grade 2 that we got for Undercover in that one set.
It reminds me of the grade 2 that Leonor got.
Oh yeah, that one. But I'm thinking of the Undercover one, because that one, when you CB1 look top 5, if you didn't find anything, you just kind of wasted a CB. But at least this gets it back.
Exactly. Which honestly is a very good quality of life. It's basically Burning Horn. Burning Horn does the same thing. Look at top 7 for an Overlord. You didn't find one, counter charge. It's a Burning Horn clone, yeah. But instead of, you know, adding a card to hand, it calls it the board. Regardless, a good quality of life. But that's not all. We got a second double rare for the Hound Razor deck in Hound Razor Sation. It's a grade 3. And it's going to be your pressure card, but also apparently your defense card somehow. Because it has continuous front row rear guard. All of your high beasts on your rear guard get intercept and can intercept from the back row. Which means the high beast we talked about can now intercept with 10k shield. Your other high beast can basically be 5k shield. You basically have like a second mini hand.
Second mini hand, and unless people specifically try to take it out.
Retire, bind, whatever you want. But if it stays on board, hey, shield value. Its other ability is auto rearguard once per turn when this unit attacks while boosted by a high beast. If you have a Vanguard with Hound Razor in its card name, this unit gets 5k until the end of that battle. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Energy Blast 3, and this unit gets critical +1 until the end of that battle. So it's a double critical 18k, which it needs to get boosted for the double crit, which means more than likely it's getting boosted by a high beast, which means more than likely it's minimum getting boosted by 13k, which means honestly this is just a 26, 31k double critical attacker at the minimum.
And with some of the cards that I run in that deck, it gets a little bigger.
Yeah, like we mentioned, Call Gown, which means he already gains 5k, so it's 36. And then we talked about the High Beast above that gains 5k as well, so that's another 36. So it can be 36. Not to mention, if Persona, it can be 46. And if you run anything else to bump it up with power, that just starts skyrocketing.
Also, I didn't realize that it was also a double rare.
Yes, it was also a double rare. So overall, some really good cards. And honestly, that's about it. There's only one more card that maybe I want to cover. We didn't cover too many of the other start deck cards, so I don't see... fuck it, we'll do it. Hector, real quick, do you see the double rare cyber-looking Link Joker, or technically Messiah support-looking Brenge unit?
Yes, circular acts of divergence, Cephade Outer.
Yeah.
So it's a grade 2. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Astrum in its card name, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, search up to 1 grade 2 or greater card from among them, discard it, and shuffle your deck. Alright. When this unit is chosen by the card ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Astrum in its card name, cost CB2, choose one of your rearguards, and it gets 5k until the end of the turn for each grade 2 set order in your order zone.
Soul Blast 2, man. Soul Blast 2, not CB2. Holy fucking shit, not CB2.
Soul Blast 2, my bad.
I had the same reaction as you. Look at top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater card from them, discard it. It's basically helping you fuel the start decks of, oh, you have Astrum in your drop, put it back to deck, or do this because you have it in drop. You remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see now.
So it basically helps you find and put the Persona Rides in drop, that we can put them back to deck or find them again or be able to activate abilities. So I feel like that's what that is.
Yeah.
And the whole Soul Blast 2, choose one of your rearguards, give it 5 this card basically helps you get all the numbers on board, because I don't know if do you remember what Astrum does?
I don't remember any of the start decks, man.
So Astrum is very simple. Energy Blast 4, choose one of your rearguards, stand it, and so it stands the rearguard, and then the set order says that when a rearguard stands by your Vanguard's ability, both that rearguard and the Vanguard gain 5k, and that's per order in order zone. So let's say you have 4 of the order in order zone. When a rearguard stands, both it and the Vanguard would gain 20k.
That's not bad.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this card was made. You basically stand this, and then when this card stands, you Soul Blast 2, choose one of your grids, 5k until the end of the turn for each grade 2 set order, which means you're basically giving the same amount of number across your front row. So if you have 3 set orders in there, when you stand this, and there is another rearguard that has the ability to stand when you Soul Blast Astrum from your soul. So basically you stand your front row, and all of your front row Vanguard, the rearguard you stood, the rearguard that stood itself, all of them gain 15k power. So overall, it's just a quality of life. Speaking of quality of life, this I think is going to be a bigger quality of life for that deck, because for Astrum specifically, to play the set order that it plays around, you have to CB1 to put it into the order zone, which is, combined with CB1 to find Persona Ride and any other abilities you might want to CB. CB becomes very heavy. And no, I know you can say we have Bobomane, but Bobomane can only do so much.
Bowman does everything for you.
I know, but that's why Astrum got a second common or rare that I feel like is going to be very decent if you can find a space for it. I'm going to butcher this fucking name. Salvage 7? Is it Salvage 7-6?
Yeah. Salvage 4.
That's a 4, yeah. It's Salvage
Roman.
74 or something of that line. I don't know. I really don't know what the gimmick here is, but I'm going to just read the effect. It's a grade 1 that says, auto when this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard and Astrum in its card name, until the end of turn, the next time you would play Armor Supply Vehicle Preciosa, which is a set order, it cost is reduced by Counterblast 1. So you can play the order for free now.
Preciosa.
Preciosa, thank you.
Precosa. Kills me there.
Regardless, you understand basically. It makes playing the order now easier.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually have to have CB to play the order. Bobomane is nice, but you need to countercharge before you can, and then counterblast. But if you can't do that, it's gonna be kind of hard.
Honestly, I'm still on the boat. Quit giving start deck support. Let it die already.
It's nice, all right? Slow and steady. It's nice. Eventually, it's going to get broken, though, and people are going to play start decks, and it's going to be stupid. But for right now, it's nice.
I mean,
okay.
How long before all the start deck cards are just now double rares and hires?
Okay, it's nice. Speaking of nice stuff, that's been it for the leaks for this week. we can kind of look forward to next week's Tuesday and Thursday stream, because the next week's Tuesday stream is going to be revealing the new ride line, Keeper of the Moon Gate, Vesierge? Is that Vesierge? Or Vessi...
Weissluga.
Weissruga.
Yeah, Weissruga.
Roll your R's, Hector. Roll your R's.
Weissruga.
There we go. Regardless, we're getting Moon.
Yeah, Moon's is coming Tuesday. But Thursday is where the real fun is for, the metagame. Because Raziel and Liel are going to get support cards as well. Raziel's getting a triple R in common, and then Amorata Liel is getting a double R and a rare.
Amorata,
whatever. What did I say?
Amorata. Where the hell did you add more letters?
Listen, I have her, but I don't play her. I have high rarities of her cards for no reason.
Yeah, but you said it right. It's gonna be nice to see what they get. Amorta needs more help, so double rare is gonna be interesting. Raziel's where it needs to be, so seeing a triple rare is gonna be
Well, we know it's gonna be the Griffin. Like, we're gonna be seeing it in the next episode.
Good sir, you do realize we have the picture of the stream, and the triple rare is on the picture, and the triple rare is a grade 1 knight-looking angel dude.
Are you sure that's for Raziel, or is that for Amorata?
Again, it's a triple rare.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So we know what he's getting.
Yeah, so we know what he's getting, but I think they're also going to reveal the Griffin in the next Friday
I feel
episode.
like that Griffin in the anime is going to come towards the end of the show, and it's going to be a set 8 support card. Because there's no shot in hell if Razo's getting 2 triple rares again this close.
No, that probably is coming in set 8.
There we go. Moon. This is basically Griffagil all over again. Moon's going to get introduced. And then all of the characters in the anime are going to get Moon-esque support for their decks. Because you notice the Griffin we're talking about has a fucking Moon symbol on its fucking chest.
Mm-hmm. And it's a whole other speculation photo leak where we have those Moon-esque units that look like other Vanguards.
And now the Griffin that he got in the anime, spoiler alert, has that symbol. So I'm guessing that everybody's going to get one of those or something in that sense. Basically, Griffagilla announcement, look at all these fucking dragon trees.
Mm-hmm. Which,
outside of that, outside of Moon and the leaks, checking to see if there's actually any other news other than the one I'm about to mention. Not really, so decently quiet week. The only other announcement that technically happened, and I will announce this because eventually we did get these in English and we might still get these in English, is they announced for Japan that in sometime in 2025, we are getting Volume 3 of Token Rambu.
Have we even got Volume 2 in English?
In English, no. Have we? Oh shit, we have had it. We had Token Rambu in English for nearly a year. Wait a minute. Anywho, Hector.
Yes.
There's only one more thing to cover.
Oh yes, the things.
Do you like Leonard?
I had it at one point, so I'll take it.
Do you like Jewel?
I was thinking about picking up Jewel, so
Well, don't. He's mine.
all right, greedy little fucker.
But they did announce we're getting Jewel basically structure and Leonard complete master perfect. I forgot what they call it. I'm trying to find the damn thing.
Master deck list.
Master deck sets. Yes, the master deck sets for those two. And we actually also have a card list for them. So I'm going to start with Jewel. And Jewel's card list for this master deck set is basically there's no new cards outside of a new Regulus piece that's going to be included in here. So except for the new Regulus piece, everything already exists. So this is mostly just a reprint set to get the core basis of Jewel, which honestly this does have. You got your Jewel ride line, that's basic. You get your energy generator, which is nice. You get your 4 Ignis, which is needed. You get your 4 Rakagura, and as well as you get your 4 copies of both of the grade 2 and the grade 1 from set 13 to make this deck run. The other cards that they introduce here, that I'm going to forget the names on, is the promo grade 2, which is just a second Rakagura, so it's a nice option.
Oh,
they
and
introduce Pusa, thank you. They introduced a generic grade 3 that honestly also was a good option because it not only drew you a card, but also retired something on your opponent's board. And they reprinted for some fucking reason. They introduced in here for some fucking reason a very recent Jewel card that should not exist. I don't know why this thing's the 3 copies of in this thing. I don't know why it's at all considered in here. Chuck it out. I'm sorry. Like, the second you get this thing, chuck this out. Put anything else in its place and you'll be fine. But on the right side... you did get Elementary Accentitude and the one that actually can work with Jewel. So huzzah! You are missing probably one of the most key pieces of Jewel, and that is Nocturcio. But luckily, Nocturcio is getting reprinted in set 6, so at least it's not, too hard to pick up, or harder than it was.
Yeah. So kind of funny that they didn't bother putting the old grade 3 more prints, just give us 4 straight Ignis.
Exactly. Ignis is the way to go, so let's be Ignite. Anyway, Hector, what's in the Leonor one?
And the Leonor one is actually almost a straight meta competitive deck. So the red line's the same, it's the red one the same, but then you get 4 copies of Vivace, which pretty much is what you need. Really fun good. The Arbor Dragon, I forgot what its full name does, but not many people run it anymore. But there's 3 copies of Broccoli in there. There's the new card that I got. There's one of the old
upgraded
promos
Broccoli.
Yeah, the upgraded Broccoli. There's the old promo that got reprinted. The double rare from one of the sets. It's only 3 of. I'm surprised it's only 3. I'm surprised I didn't put it at 4 or something. The other promo, a really good one, is Rosarium Fairy, because that's still like $20 something card. So seeing that reprinted, it's really good. Pretty much all the other things is the same. And then we get the OG Elementario Sanctitude. We don't need the other one. We just get this one, and of course the different Regulus piece from whatever drawer gets.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What's that?
That Leonor got both of its probably the best promos ever printed for them introduced back in here. And while Jewel only really ever got 1 promo for it, it's not run in the deck anymore, and we got it nonetheless in here. It's like, how is this fair? How is the really hard to get promos? Leonor gets both of them. And then Jewel never got really really good promos. We got Impusa, but she kind of got replaced really fast. But we get her back nonetheless.
I was like, they could have put Folklore in, but she already got reprinted once, so she's not that expensive.
Yeah. It's like
Valcratia,
you mean, but yeah, it's like
the doll bitch.
I feel like Leonor's getting a little bit more love here than Jewel.
I mean, it really is, because this is just almost an entirely competitive meta deck.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's like everything here is basically everything I've seen any Leonor player play.
Yeah.
You're still running the Resonance Dragon or whatever the fucking thing is called, the grade 3, because it does just extend your multi-attack to 7 instead of 6. So it's like, why the fuck would you wouldn't run it? And people I know have X'd Broccoli, but for the life of me, I can't remember what they X'd Broccoli for.
There's options. Some people run... Oh, Alvina.
Right.
I think her Alvina or something.
That's right,
what
the
was
original
supposed to be
Counterblast 1 call stuff from drop. Why didn't that get
Diantha.
reprinted? That's an old card.
Diantha. Yeah, Diantha was the name.
Yeah.
And then Alvina was the energy one, which is better.
Yeah, see, but why Diantha not? Diantha would have been a very smart reprint, not only because it's one of the first overdress sets, but it's also a very sought after card. Like, I understand Broccoli, but you got the new Broccoli already in here. You don't need another Broccoli.
I don't know. Diantha's now like less than $5. I'm thinking it's Alvino where the money is at.
Exactly. So overall, very interesting, very good products. I do like the sleeve and the boxes that are going to be coming in with them. So those are cool. The boxes are going to be storage wise. The sleeves are. I've never been a fan of character sleeves, so that's me.
Yeah.
Anywho, with all that being said, it's time to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching episode 238 of V-Time. If you liked the episode, please like, share it with your friends. Comment down below what you think Raziel support's gonna do, what you think Moon's actually gonna do, because we already technically know what Moon's gonna do, but maybe he has some secret effects we didn't see yet.
Yeah, we get the full effects.
Conditions, effects, benefits, maybe some cards we didn't see in the anime, who knows.
Costs.
But leave all those predictions there. Follow us. Twitch is coming back online a little bit.
Oh yeah,
it's been a while since I did the spiel.
Twitter, X. I don't know.
Anywho, I've been Philip.
I've been Hector. We'll get there days too, so we'll get some stuff.
Exactly. We'll see you guys next one. Bye.
Bye.
Dude,
It's been a while. I've kind of forgotten the spiel.
And you're
I used to know it.
You're the one who constantly drilled it into us.
Yeah, and you guys still don't know it.